Only know you love her when you let her go. And you let her go. Staring at the bottom of your glass, hoping one day you'll make a dream last. But dreams come slow and they go so fast. You see her when you close your eyes. Maybe one day you'll understand why everything you touch surely dies. Well, you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you feel high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. Staring at the ceiling in the dark, same old empty feeling in your heart. Cause love comes slow and it goes so fast. Well, you see it when you fall asleep, but never to touch and never to keep. Cause you loved her too much and you dive too deep. Well, you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Will you let her go? Cause you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know you love her when you let her go. Well, you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go.
I'm going under, and this time I fear there's no one to save me. This all or nothing really got a way of driving me crazy. I need somebody to hear, somebody to know, somebody to have, somebody to hold. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way you numbed all the pain. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved. I'm going under, and this time I fear there's no one to turn to. This all or nothing way of loving got me sleeping without you. Now I need somebody to know, somebody to heal, somebody to have, just to know how it feels. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way you help me escape. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pull the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved, and I tend to close my eyes when it hurts. Sometimes I fall into your arms. I'll be safe in your sound till I come back around. For now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pull the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you love. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pull the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved. Yeah, 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 yeah. Why you always in a mood? Fucking around, acting brand new. I ain't trying to tell you what to do, but trying to play it cool. Baby, I am playing by your rules. Everything look better with the view. Why you always in a mood? Fucking around, acting brand new. I ain't trying to tell you what to do, but try to play it cool. Baby, I am playing by your rules. Everything look better with the view. I could never get attached. When I start to feel I unattached, somehow I always end up feeling bad. Baby, I am not your dad. It's not all you want from me. I just want your...
Yeah, good evening from here to everyone listening to me this evening. My name is Joseph. I am a Microsoft Most Valuable Professional as well as a Microsoft Certified Trainer. And today I thought to have a conversation with my connections to see how we could leverage the use of the Microsoft Edge while we browse. So we should understand that there are things beyond browsing that you actually enjoy while using Microsoft Edge. So Microsoft Edge inbuilt Copilot is a one big place that you want to go to. So that's why today I am very happy to jump on this screen. And what I want to do today is to show you how you can use Copilot in Edge, the free version, to improve your productivity. And I'm very happy to have um, an MVP on this call, Frank Falvey. He's a very supportive team member. I am very, very happy as well to have Olajide, almost my colleague. So I want to say welcome to the event and thank you for making it on time. Frank is actually surprised to see you because I was not expecting to see you now, maybe until after some 2 or 3 hours on the Azure and AI show. But Frank, thank you very much for coming.
No problem. Pleasure to be here watching you
Yeah, hi Frank.
do the demo for us.
Yeah, so thank you very much for coming, Frank. So today we will be jumping right into the demo session without wasting much of our time. So this is my Azure virtual machine, and in here, I have the Microsoft Edge browser. I have the Microsoft Chrome. Of course, these are browsers. They are search. They are places where you can do web search. You can, of course, conventionally use them for regular browsing. But that's not the topic of conversation today. Our conversation is going to be built around how to use Copilot to you know, better your your productivity at work. And then because of data privacy and issues with trust, a lot of organizations now are blocking users from making use of open AI, to put in their data and work. I know of organizations at the moment whose internal policy, AI policy, has actually helped them disable the ChatGPT from being used, and this is actually causing a bit of frustration to staff members. I have had interaction with friends and colleagues who actually have, complaints about their organization disabling the ChatGPT, which was almost like a go-to, tool while working, even when composing your emails or when you're trying to respond to some critical issues. So Copilot, ChatGPT was, it's been very, very useful to this colleague, and unfortunately, there were some, concern from the security team to say, hey, we're going to block this. But I want to say that instead of us to say it is the end of road for us, it is just for us to understand that even in your Edge browser, like, you have a very powerful usage for that tool, and that's why I am on this screen today to show you. So this is the Edge browser, so it's nothing different from what you ordinarily know how to use. So I'm just going to launch it now. So I'm launching it inside of my virtual machine. So I clicked it and it's opening. So it's open now. So I'm just going to close this. So when you open your Edge browser, there are things you should look out for. One thing you should look out for is the Copilot by the far right hand side, which is this chat bot here. And then maybe you've not looked at that before. And then another thing you need to look out for is the open Copilot here, right? That you can actually click on. So this is truly very, very useful, as well as this. But we are going to start by using the one here first. So if we click on it now, and then it's just going to load for us a page where we can have like an interaction, right? So this has opened this way, and the next thing it is asking is so when you open here, you have a lot of things that are just standing here and saying your AI assistant for work, then calendar info, when is my next meeting, and all of that. Excuse me, let me check the account that is signed into this browser, because that account also, so this particular one now, it's a different version, because it is with the account that has the paid version. So the paid version is actually $20 per month, and but the free version is what I want us to look at. So I'm just going to hit on sign in with a different account, where I will use my regular Microsoft account that does not have any form of licenses assigned to it. I'm just going to put my Gmail now so that it can be very obvious. Uh, So this is my Gmail, which doubles as my Microsoft account. So I'm just going to hit on this, and I'm sure it should be sending me a code to my Gmail, and I'll just pick that code and input it here. Okay, so I'm just going to hit on send, and just give me a second to reach out for my code for me to input there. So I'm just going right into my Gmail to bring out the code. Okay, so my mailbox is just coming on. Just give it a second, and it's here already. So I'm going to, so this is just me showing you that it is nothing that has to do with like a paid version. It's a free Microsoft account that you use for your learnings and all of that. It can be your Outlook account, it can be your Hotmail, so it can actually be all those. So what we want to do is, this is sign in with your work or school account, or you want to go ahead with the Copilot. The Copilot here is the free version of it, so I'm just going to hit on Copilot here. which at this point means that I am not signed into my work or school. So what it means categorically is that I don't have anything that has to do with I don't have anything that has to do with licenses or anything. It's just the free one. So I'm going to have this now. Um, First, what can I tell you? So you just have like a prompt here, right? So what we will do is we can just say I need to learn about Copilots in Microsoft Edge. So if I do that, just hold on. So this is just trying to do that very first time syncing, right? So we can just hold on to see. So I'm signing in. Sorry, I'm just having some back and forth with signing issues, but that's not a problem. So I'm just going to hit on this, which is the free account. So once I'm able to do the sign in, of course, so this is syncing with what I was doing in other browsers, right? So this is not what I've asked, but this is syncing with what I had earlier asked it to do for me, which we are still going to do, right? So I'm now going to ask like that very first question, and I say explain how to use Edge and Copilot in Edge, Copilots in Microsoft Edge. So this can actually be any question, right? It's not. This is just me randomly thinking of something that I want to bring up. So itself is telling us that sure, here are the step-by-step guide on how to use Copilot in Edge. Open Edge browser, launch the browser, your device, access this, and it's just giving us that. So it could actually be anything. Um, so, for example, if I want to see how to start up a small business in Nigeria. Sorry, I'll just do this. So if I hit on this, so what's going to happen is one thing I want to look at is the speed at which I think when this all started, it was actually a bit slow. Whereas at today I can tell for a fact that there is an improvement in terms of the speed. You can actually do a lot. So what it's saying is that starting a small business in Nigeria can be a rewarding venture. Here is some of the steps that you want. So I don't know what you watching out there want to actually try and see yourself, just so you can prompt it to tell you. So how to start a career in tech. So I'm just asking random questions, right? So it's just going to be telling that to me. So this is like very, very, very useful tool that you can make use. In my opinion, it's something that really wonderful to use. So what is it saying about how to start a career in tech? It's saying breaking into the tech field can be increasingly rewarding. Here are the structured paths that you can get: self-assessment, education and skill, practice experience, networking, keep up with trend, job search, and then continuous learning. Of course, you will agree with me that all of these points that are highlighted are like the basic things that you need to learn about. So for the accountants on the call, let's say for example, describe maybe accounting principles. Sorry if I don't get like a very nice thing, accounting principles. So if I do this, I don't know exactly what you actually mean by accounting principle, but I know that there are some accountants that I have who are on this call. So I choose to, pitch towards your direction, just so you can know that even in accounting, of course, it can be very, very useful. So accounting principles are function guiding the rules of preparing financial statements and all of that. So one very nice thing I must quickly say is that it operates on this optical OCR, right? Optical object recognition. Is it? Yeah, optical object recognition. So what that means is that if you have some letters written in, if you use your pen to write on the paper, and then you want it to interpret it, it can also go ahead to interpret it. Let's say you have some calculations that you want to do. So there are a lot of, it can also carry out mathematical expressions. So that's what I'm trying to say. So you can do a lot with mathematical expressions, theoretical question, history of something, so you can actually do a lot with this. So now, the next one I want to quickly show you is the Copilot that we have here on this other side of your screen. So here is actually a very, very, very useful tool. So for example, before I come back here, I may just want to come back here because I also know that on these events, I have people who are technical support engineer watching this recording. And let's say, for example, a very common issue in Microsoft Teams is diepad not showing up in Teams while you are working. So, I mean, like a troubleshooting step, I mean, the steps that could require you to troubleshoot as a support engineer when users are having issues. Maybe let's say diepad, diepad missing from Microsoft Teams. Microsoft Teams. So the good thing is it actually understands what you want to write, and what it does is it's, even if your spellings are wrong, it can go ahead and explain it to you. So the reason I'm bringing this up right now is, for example, if you have issues with iPad in Teams, the reason why you are checking your license is because before you can have the Teams showing up for you with the iPad, then you need to have the license, that is the phone system license, as well as the calling plan license, right? So it is saying that before you can ensure that your Microsoft Teams account has the necessary voice licenses. So as a troubleshooting engineer, you want to check if the user you're talking about has the required licenses, and then enable enterprise voice. So when the user is not enabled for enterprise voice, it means that the enterprise voice is showing false. So you want to make sure you confirm that it is true. Then it is saying that the voice routing policy also is something you want to check, and then update Teams and then clear the cache. It's also giving you the command to clear the Teams cache from your device. So it is saying check the permission. So I always say that these are things that you can actually carry along as you work as a support engineer. Let us say you've tried all of these steps and it's still not working. So you can say, I have tried all of the steps above, but the issue still persists. So so what it will do is it will go back into the cycle and try to see, it will suggest other options for you that can actually be of help again. So I think it so believe strongly that your team's catch has something to do with it. So some other options here is that you should check for the updates. You should restart your teams, then you can check permission, reinstall team, verify license, which was said, then web versions and all of that. So if the issue persists, try using the teams on the web. If you are troubleshooting something from the client application, if it doesn't work well, then you want to go. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because of what we have here, how to prompt. So some persons may not really get what they are looking for, not because the system does not know how to get what they are looking for, but because the system does not understand how you are asking for what you want it to do for you. Okay, so that's why even on the free version you can have the option to even even save your prompts, right? You can save your prompts, and then you can understand how prompting work from here. Then if you want to attach documents, you can as well do that from. So looking at this, when you come here, right, so you can actually prompt something from here. See, I need steps to creating a user in Microsoft or M365. It also understands abbreviations, the free version. So what are we looking at? Somebody there may just be thinking that I heard that Copilot is expensive and I don't have money to buy it. What I'm telling you is that this is free, and this is because you are using Microsoft Edge. So if you look at this, it's going to tell you sign into the admin center, go to external link and remove protector, navigate to users, add a user, the steps to follow, add license, then optional settings, then review and finish. It's telling you the steps, right? So it's good because I was able to say this. But if you look at here, it will say suggest something, some question that you would ask to get retrospective started with my colleague. These are just auto prompts that are just giving you idea. How do I assign role? Based off on what I asked last, it is bringing this up. How do I assign roles to users? And then if you come here, can you explain more than product license? This is actually proceeding the question that I had asked the system before now. But it's good if you don't know how to prompt. The good thing is that there is a way you can actually become a pro in prompts, right? Like if you come to view prompts here, right, and then you can click on see all prompts. So looking at see all prompts is going to take you to Copilot Studio. So when it takes you to Copilot Studio, so what this is going to do for you is, of course, you have areas where you work on, you do some things that relating to PowerPoint, that relates to Word, that relate to Excel, that relate to a lot of things. So you can go ahead, and what you do is you just look at the title. Maybe you try to do some kind of things on Word. You just want like normal plain request that you want to ask. So what kind of thing do you want Copilot to do? So do you want to say something around create? Do you want to do something around catch ups and all of those? So you can filter. So what I mean is that you can filter the prompts to suit your own field. So what I would advise people to do in this case is to understand how the prompting actually works. What kind of language does it use? For example, if you are using um, PowerShell, of course, you know that it is verb now, right? So that kind of constructive statement that can actually hit the kind of the prompts that you're looking for is what I'm talking about. So you can truly look at how these are. So you can see something like prepare a daily brief on big news from the last, develop the template for documenting different customer cases, and all of those things can actually be something that you want to take your time to understand how the prompting actually works, because of course it's going to be very useful to you. But one thing that is good to re-emphasize here is that you can even save whatever prompt that looks good, that works for you. You can as well save that prompt so that you can um, you can reuse it in the future, right? So this is for the prompt here. So one thing that I find so useful is the ability for Copilot, the free version, to summarize documents for you. Like that actually made me feel very, very good, because documents, PDF documents. No, what I mean is that the applications that you can use to open PDF are actually many. So that if you come to open with, you are going to see Chrome, you see Edge. If you have other applications like Nitro, like a lot of applications, right? A lot actually just flying off my head now. Adobe Reader, yeah, that's what I was trying to remember. So you see that you will have different options to open, but there's one very unique thing about the Copilot that I have found so useful, and I bet you if you see this in action, you may want to check it out yourself. So this is a document of, I don't know how many pages, around 8 pages. So this document is about the history of AI, what is artificial intelligence. So this I have opened with Copilot. So the key here, I mean, the Copilot sitting here can help you work on the documents that you have opened on Copilot. So if I click on here right now and I say summarize the documents, summarize the documents. So if I hit on this, so what is going to happen is it will go through these documents, right? So that's what it is doing right now. Sure, I'll be happy to. So let's look at what it's saying. So I'll be happy to help you with that. The document is titled Document Management. Provide a comprehensive overview of standard practice, document practice, including a strategy recognizing. It covers various aspects of IODs, and then it is just telling you everything that this document says. So again, if you want to copy this, you can also bring the URL and say summarize this document, so that if you want to this document, let's see what it will say, documents, and then let's paste this. So if you paste that link also, it is going to look into this document and then look at what it will say. I couldn't access a specific file path provided, but it could be this. So what happens when you have this is probably when you had some files that were opened and then your cache is actually holding them back. So what I would do right now is I can just right click on this first of all and maybe close all windows, so that I want to start a fresh life, right? So let me just right click this, and then I'm going to open with Microsoft Edge. So when I open with Edge, let's see what happens. So right now, pick up where you left off. I don't want to pick that up because it was not really giving me what I wanted. So I'm going to hit back on this. So let us see what it is saying. So it is on the web that I want to use it. So good. So now I have clicked on web. So I'm just going to say summarize this document again. These documents. So let me see what is going to happen now. So I'll just hit this. I'm happy with Copilot. Please upload the document. Okay, so I think the web, from what I'm saying now, the web is actually going like to the web search. Because now let's drop the link there, because it said that it couldn't find that link at that time I put it there. So let me see what happens now. So you look like you are trying to share a file from your local computer. Unfortunately, I can't access. So this is the security part that I was telling us. Unfortunately, I can't access file directly from your devices. However, you can copy and paste the text and provide a brief description here. So I'm just going to switch back to work and see what happens here. So this is supposed to be referencing the document I have here. So let me just quickly try something. So I think youtube.com here. Okay, so let me see the account that is signed in. Just hold on. Okay, I think I see why that was even happening. So let me just click back on this. Okay, so if, for example, let me click on restore. Okay, all right. So I want to close out all these. Apologies for any delay. So the reason I'm having all of this is because I do a lot of demos and I have a lot of accounts that can actually be conflicting in events like this. But not to worry, we'll try as much as we can to make things simple. But I'm sure that when you work, most people actually do like work maybe with one or two accounts, so they don't have this. So I think this is what I'm looking for. If I'm saying summarize the documents. So let me just do this and see. Yes, so this is what I wanted. Apologies for the other one that was not working properly. I know why that was happening was because I have too many accounts. So what is it saying? So in the document that has 8 pages, so it is saying that the document provide a comprehensive overview of the history of artificial intelligence, tracing like the early concept, the ground, and then he just finished it here by saying that the document concludes by discussing the potential future of AI, including future adoption and all of this. So if I have specific questions about these documents, let us say that I want to know about the dates, notable dates. I will just ask. So if I have a comprehension about this topic and I've just say, okay, what did the document say about the notable dates in the document? So like I have known what it is here, right? So I just want to say that what, let's say it's like a 1000 page and I know that there are notable dates in this document. So I would just say what was said, what was said about um, notable dates. So if I do this and I hit enter, so what it's going to do is it will go right into the document. And what will it say? It will tell me that the document highlights several notable dates in the history of artificial intelligence. So if you look at this, it is not rewriting what it has here in this document, but it is telling you what's interpreting for you. What, for example, it was not numbered, it was just bulleted, right? But here it is numbering it to tell you that. And if you look at the first point here, which is 90, if you look at the points that even rearranged 21, 29, 49, 50, 52, I think now it has been able to reorder them into how this, in the order of, is it descending order we're going to call it now, because this is 90, 80, 80, 81, 84, 85, 86, and so on. But this is not where it stopped. So if you look at this, we have 2021, but we don't have 2021 here. So it has gone into the document to bring up all the datings that are here. This 2011 brought them up all together and summarize them here for you. So you can let's look at the conclusion part of this document. What does the future hold? So I want to ask it question here to say that what what does the documents say about the future of AI? So if you look at this document, right, if you look at this place, it says what does the future hold? This is not what, I think this is a topic that was covered, but I am asking the Copilot in Edge that what does the document say about the future of AI, right? So I'm going to put off here. So what does the document say? So we're going to hit this and let's see what happens next before we jump off this particular topic. Now it is saying that, so if you look at what this future is, now we are back to the present. There are probably a next question in your mind. So what's the next AI? What's next about AI? Well, we can consider entirely predicting we cannot entirely predict the future. However, many leading experts talk about the possible future of AI, so we can make education and all of that. So this is going now to say, if you look at it, say AI by businesses of all sizes, change in workforce and more automation, eliminate and create jobs in the future and all of that. So this is now looking at it from the point that it's highlighting it from the document, and it's saying that the document discuss several potential future development. One, business of adoption. It is expected to be increased by adoption business in all of these work changes. So AI and automation become more prevalent, which is what we just read here, right? So what I'm trying to say quickly is that it can help you look into like a thousand of pages, I mean thousands of pages document, and try to come up to summarize what the document can do. What about videos? Copilot, free Copilot in Edge can also help you summarize your video. Let's say, for example, I have a YouTube channel and I know how those videos are. So if I come to YouTube, I hope I'm also signed in so that I don't also confuse people with what I'm trying to say. Okay, cool. So if I click on here and I go to view channel, so I know some of my videos, like strictly, I know them. So for example, if I come to videos, so this is just me saying that just in case you've not subscribed to this channel, you may want to try that out, please, because there are a lot of content here that you want to check. So let's say, for example, this is SharePoint and how to manage sites delegation. Let me just right click and just, or let me just click on it to open. So if I do this now, what happens is that, let us just play this.
Jira is now for all teams, even teams finalizing go-to-market.
Okay,
Land
so
me at
I've
this.
done I have done that, right? So the next thing I want to quickly do is, this is a video. The video is open. It's just trying to do something. I don't have time to watch this video. So what am I going to do? I can just click on here and I will say describe the video for me. Describe the video. So what is going to happen is it will go check this video out and then tell us what the video contains. So it is saying the video title is SharePoint, how to manage sites, delete and retain. I mean, deletions and retention, which is SharePoint, how to manage site deletion and retention. If you look at that, it is in quotes featuring Joseph, a Microsoft MVP, guiding viewers through the focus of managing deleted SharePoint sites. The video covers the concept of soft deletion, the retention period for deleted sites. This is what is in this video. I made it and I know what is inside of it. So it is telling you exactly what is there. So you can say, can you give me more detail? Show me steps. Show me the demo step. All right. What were the demo steps, right? I can say what were the demo steps. So the conversation with this is actually more like a human sitting by your side. And so now it is telling us about the demo steps. So what is it saying? This video, SharePoint, how to manage site, then access SharePoint Center, do this, choose this. These were the things that were done. Can you, let me see what it will do. Give the timestamp, stamp where the top on how the topics were stamped on how the topics were handled. So I'm just going to quickly maybe close out with this on the video part so you can actually, it's so beautiful that look at it. It is saying that introduction to SharePoint was done at between 0 and 130 seconds, and then understanding soft delete was done at this time, and then understanding soft deletion and retention was done at 131. So if I go to 131, I can actually look at it. 131, 31 is somewhere here. 31 to 4 was about, so understanding soft delete retention period was 1 to 1 to 4. So if actually
communication side,
I don't want to actually bug you with the sound that will be coming from this end, but just go and check it out yourself and you will confirm that that is what it is. Now this Copilot also comes with your Windows 11. So if you are using Windows 11, you can actually enjoy the Copilot that comes with it. However, if you are using Windows 10 and you want to have the Copilot, of course I'm using Windows 10, this VM is a Windows 10 VM, right? So if I want to have it even as an app instead of always going to the browser, I can just click on app and I will say just hold on, I will just quickly see my Copilot. So let me just do this first. Let me just do click on this. Yeah, I think that's where I'll start from. So when I click on this, so what happens next is I'm going to have option to save the Copilot as an application to my task bar. So it has opened Copilot for me. So the next thing I will do is to click on this and then go to apps and then click on install this site as an application. So what is this going to do for me? I can give it a name. While I was doing that, I can ask it to be pinned to the taskbar, create a desktop shortcut, and auto start when my device is logged in, right? I can do all of this. So I can just click on this. So what's going to happen is at this time, even if I close Copilot, then it's always going to be here. So I can just come to my laptop in the morning and all I want to do is just to hit on this, and then my Copilot is open, which is like my guy that we want to work together. Joseph, it's great to have you here. So if I click on here now, then you will hear a sound to address me. Okay, so when I'm doing this, like, because the reason why
Hi,
this does not,
Joseph. How's the human world treating you today?
okay, so that was a voice from Copilot. I'm going to show that in my local machine because on the VM there is no microphone here, so it cannot really take my sound to the VM. But I'm going to do this on my local machine. So this is what you can do. I came here purposely because this virtual machine had no Copilot icon here, and now it is always going to be here. And the good thing is that anytime I sign into my machine, then it will automatically open Copilot for me, and then I can decide to go on to do my queries and then make it like one of my guys that I can always talk to while I do my work. So I'll minimize my virtual machine and then I will bring up Copilot in my local machine. So I'm going to bring it up here and I'm going to show you another very beautiful thing that you can do with Copilot. So let's say that, so ignore what you have on the screen. It's just me playing with it, which I'm still going to show you how I arrive at this one. So if I click on this now, then you will hear that same sound you heard.
Hey, Joseph. Copilot on the case.
So I want to learn about Copilot in Microsoft Edge.
It's essentially like your digital sidekick in Microsoft 365 apps. It helps you get things done faster in apps like Word, Excel, and Outlook by turning your words into power.
Yeah, I think Joseph is having some power issues there. I think Joseph is after freezing there, but I think the time
Powerful
he was running.
commands.
Can you
For
hear me there,
instance,
Joseph? Still freezing. Okay, so he's probably logged out and he's probably logged back in again with us. Okay, Joseph, can you hear us?
Yeah,
Yeah,
apologies, I got kicked out. I'll
yeah.
just share my screen again. I'll just share my
Okay.
screen real quick. Yeah, share screen, entire screen. Okay, so I was trying to explain the Frank. My screen is up now, right?
Yeah, I can see it there now. Yeah.
Okay, so my screen is back. So if I click on this was what I was trying to do.
hey, Joseph, I'm here. What's on your mind today? You mean how to?
Frank,
Yeah.
am I back?
Yeah, it's having a
Hi, Frank.
sound issue. Yeah,
I'm back, right? I,
yeah,
I,
yeah, I
okay,
can
so
hear you.
once I click on the sound, maybe my bandwidth cannot handle that, right? But
Yeah,
it's good.
maybe if you
Okay,
turn off your,
so
if you turn
if
off
I
your
hit
video,
on,
maybe if you turn off your video, yeah, give me more power.
okay, so is it better now, Frank?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, cool. So I was just trying to explain the sound. So you could use sound actually. So I want to quickly bring up because we need to round off in about 3 minutes. So I need to show you how it works with images. So I can click on upload image, and then I'm just going to bring up let's say I bring up this image 15, and what I want to ask it is so this is a video I have made. I have done the flyer, and I want to see write a video description, or write a description to post this video on YouTube. Include the post for LinkedIn and include all hashtags. So this, what's going to happen is when I hit on enter, so it is going to first of all blur out my facial expression right on this video, and then it will look into the optical object recognition right. So it will go and look at it, whatever I have written down there, and try to use it to describe what I want. Now it has actually generated two posts for me. One is for my YouTube about this video, and then the next one is the LinkedIn post. So now this is saying here is a draft YouTube video description. Welcome to our latest video on SharePoint site deletion and retention prompts and all of those. Then for my LinkedIn, it's saying check out the latest video. I have not written anything, right? But because I have given it an image and I've told it what it should do with my image. So this will be all we can handle today. You can drop comments for us to evaluate and see what else we want to do. But I think you can confirm from what we have done so far that Edge, Copilot on Edge is really nice. And I cannot believe that a free application is doing all of this for us. If you have more questions, if you try to do anything, even if anything breaks, you can reach out. We can fix it together. So thank you very much for your time. Frank, do you have comments? Jide, do you have a comment?
Yeah, I actually, some of the stuff that you done there, I have not seen before. The stuff that it does with the video on YouTube is very powerful. So listen, thanks very much for sharing that with us today.
Thank you, Frank. I want to stop sharing my screen. So, Jide, do you have a comments before we round it off in about 2 minutes? Because we're still coming back for the Azure and AI show in
Yes,
about 2 hours, and we are going to the ABC of Cloud Computing show just after now.
exactly. Um, in addition to what Frank said, I think this is a powerful presentation. A lot of points have been explained. A lot of things I myself don't even know pilots can do. Thank you for this, Joseph.
All right, Jide, thank you very much, Frank. I hope we're still going to meet again in about this is 4 o'clock here, right? I mean, this is
Yeah,
5 o'clock here, almost 5 o'clock in about 2 hours. So we'll still be together again on the Azure
yeah,
and AI show.
yeah.
So thank you very much, everyone, for
Great
finding time to.
session. Thanks again, Joseph.
Yeah, thank you very much,
Okay,
Frank.
talk to you later.
All right, then. See you later. Have a good one, Jide. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Frank.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll end the stream there. So, okay.